Picture this. You're 0 for 2 in the first over, chasing 311 runs just to avoid a follow on, staring down a 2-1 series lead, and everyone's writing your obituary. Then three men stand up and say, not today. This is the story of one of the greatest test escape in recent history, reminiscent of a similar escape pulled off by Ravindra and Hanuma Vihari back in 2021 in Australia. A quick recap, England wins the toss again. That's 4 out of 4 for Ben Stokes. India posts 358, and what follows is a masterclass in batting depth. First, the England openers run laps around India. Then Joe Root walks in and just bats. Another day, another century. Ben Stokes himself throws in the kitchen sink with 141. This wasn't just batting, this was a statement. We're going to bury you under runs. This was a brutal mix of patience and power. England posts 669. 669 at Old Trafford, where draws come to die. England had just built a mountain too high to climb, taking no chances. India's first innings, let's not dwell too much on the 358. Shubman Gill got 12, Jaiswal managed 58, but it wasn't enough, not nearly enough. The deficit was a massive 311 runs. Plus, Rishabh Pant got his foot broken earlier in the innings, pushed through pain to get half century and a loud applause, but was more or less out of the game after that. Then came the second innings. Chris Woke strikes twice in 2 balls in the first over. Both Jaiswal and Sai Sudarshan gone for ducks. India 0 for 2, and everyone's thinking, yeah, pack your bags, series over. Audience thinking, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Harsha Bhogle's pre-series prediction was proving right after all when he said that I actually think that India's bowling is better at this stage. The batting is largely untested in English conditions. England came on day 4 thinking that it'll be a cakewalk. But here's where character shows up. KL Rahul and Shubman Gill decide that they weren't going down without a fight. Gill played the defining innings of his captaincy, 103 runs. But more importantly, he occupied the crease for over 6 hours. But this was exactly what India needed. A captain leading from the front when the chips were down. Rahul supported beautifully with 90, falling agonizingly short of what would have been a crucial and deserving 100. This partnership wasn't just batting, it was meditation with a cricket bat. Enter Ravindra Jadeja again, this time with Washington Sundar at 222 for 4, still trailing by 89 runs. This was his 5th 50-plus score of the series. The man who's been India's Mr. Reliable in Test showed up yet again. But the real story was Washington Sundar. His first Test century, 101 not out of 206 balls. The partnership was worth 203 runs. 203 runs of pure grit, determination and skill. This was the highest 8th wicket partnership by India in England ever. Ben Stokes tried everything. He bowled himself to the ground, rotated his bowlers, set attacking fields, defensive fields, nothing worked. Liam Dawson bowled 47 overs for 95 runs without a wicket. 47 overs. You could see the frustration building. The body language had changed. England went from confident hunters to desperate chasers. India had turned the tables completely. Then Stokes finally came to shake the hand and call it a draw, but Jadeja and India refused it. They weren't going to call it a day without taking home their trophies. A century apiece, which they got pretty easily and quickly after that. When the match was officially drawn with India 425 for 4, it wasn't just a draw, it was a statement. It was India saying, we don't know how to give up. From 0 to 2 for 425 for 4. 3 centuries in 1 innings, almost 4. All under pressure, all with the series on the line. This draw kept the series alive. More importantly, it showed that this young Indian team had the character to fight back from impossible situations. They'd been counted out, written off after their crushing Lord's defeat, and they responded the only way champions know how to, by fighting back. England still led the series 2-1, but the momentum had shifted. The psychological advantage was gone. India had shown they could match England blow for blow, even when their backs were against the wall. Test cricket is beautiful because on any given day, the impossible becomes possible. Manchester 2025 will be remembered as the day India refused to surrender and England desperate for a handshake. The Oval awaited next, one final test to decide the series. England needed just a draw to win the Tendulkar-Anderson Tendulkar trophy. India needed a win to level the series. But after Manchester, you wouldn't bet against India. They had found their fighting spirit. They had found their heroes.